Qaid Azam, Part 272. The Viceroy deftly bypassed turning points when they threatened to hold up progress. He was trying to explain that he had nowhere suggested that the Congress was a Hindu body when Jinnah launched forth on one of his usual diatribes, diatribes against the Congress, characterizing it as a Hindu body. A passage at arms followed. Viceroy, there is nothing in my proposal which characterizes Congress as a communal body. Jinnah, we have met here communities and Congress does not represent anybody but the Hindus. Viceroy, Congress represents its members. Dr. Khan Sahab, what does he mean? I'm a congressman. Am I a Hindu or a Muslim? Viceroy, leave it that. The Congress represents its members. Gandhi argued with the Congress leader that he took the viceregal announcement in regard to parity to mean that neither community could ask for more representation than the other, but was free to accept less if it chose. Congress should accept the position that the non scheduled Hindus would in no case exceed Muslims and break the parity of the nominating best Indians drawn from all minority groups, including one representative of each Anglo Indians, Englishmen, Parsis, Sikhs, Jews if available, Indian Christians, scheduled caste, and women to do so irrespective of whether they were Congress members or not. There need not thus be more than one or two Hindus apart from the scheduled caste, Gandhi reasoned, and even they should be present not as caste representative but because they were the best Indians available. By refusing to exercise the right of the parity on behalf of the Hindus, Gandhi reasoned they would cut across sectional complications and lay a solid and safe foundation for independent India. And all this on a purely nationalist basis. If they accepted the suggested parity formula, it would inevitably give rise to the gladiatorial duel between the Hindus and Muslims in the Viceroy's Executive Council and bring into play Viceroy's veto. But they could render nugatory parity a part of the Viceroy proposals if they voluntarily chose sub-parity of the Hindus by selecting the bulk of their nominees from among the minorities, with five Muslim members pitted against five caste Hindus. The Muslim League, with the help of the Viceroy and the Commander in Chief, could any time create a tie in the cabinet. If, on the other hand, the cabinet was largely composed of the patriotic nationalist minded minority group representatives, with only one, two, or even three caste Hindus, there would be no communal alignment in the cabinet, and the League would be beating empty air if it tried to raise the bogey of Hindu majority rule. This was such a characteristically Gandhi touch, on the surface impractical, and yet it dexterously eliminated contentions by simply sidestepping it. Unfortunately, the Congress Working Committee would not be persuaded to adopt Gandhi's proposal, though several members of the Working Committee and the Congress leaders individually were convinced of the wisdom of his stand. It appeals to me Gandhi is right, remarked ex Chief Minister of the province to one of his colleagues. But do you expect to be able to face the electorate after accepting sub-parity for the Hindus? When the conference met on 29 June, the Viceroy announced that since the parties were unable to come to an agreement about the composition and strength of the government, he would use his personal offices to resolve the difficulty. He asked all the interests represented in the conferences to send him lists of the persons they would like to be selected for joining the national government. He would add to them some names himself, and after scrutinizing all the names and after consulting with the parties concerned, he would try to arrive at a list generally acceptable to the conference.